Welcome to Traveling Towards Wealth, the podcast where money meets adventure and freedom is always on the horizon. I'm Sarah Jones, financial coach, full-time traveler, houseplant lover, sourdough baker, and your guide to building a life that's as rich in experiences as it is in peace of mind. Each month, we dive into a new theme, whether it's real money stories, the ins and outs of full-time travel, building a business or multiples while on the road, or finding wellness and simplicity wherever you are. Here, you'll get practical tips, honest conversations, and a gentle push to spend, save, and live according to your values, not someone else's rules. If you're ready to design a life you truly love, one where you can travel more, stress less, build financial confidence, shop safer, and wake up every day feeling like you're exactly where you're meant to be, then you're in the right place. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's start traveling towards wealth, one story at a time. Friend, boy, am I going to ruffle some feathers today. I'm going to talk about something that I have not heard anybody else talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I see so many business owners rushing to hire a bookkeeper before they are ready. Hiring a bookkeeper too soon is actually detrimental to your business. We're going to talk about that. It's detrimental to you owning your own money. Your business is yours. It does not belong to a bookkeeper. It is your responsibility to understand money. Now, this isn't about shaming. This isn't about guilt. This isn't coming down on you. It's really about encouraging you. It is about educating you so you can get your financial foundations in order first. So when you do decide to hire, when you do maybe need to hire a bookkeeper, you are doing it the right way. You are doing it because it's actually a benefit to your business, not because it's holding you back. We're going to go through some things today. No fluff, no jargon, just real talk about what you really need to do before you bring somebody else into your business world, especially when it comes to a bookkeeper. All right. Most bookkeepers, most business owners hire bookkeepers because it's just an easy way to avoid learning about money themselves. It's easier to hand it off to have somebody else work with that stuff because you don't want to learn it. I have seen this happen over and over and over again, and there's so many reasons why this is so detrimental. It's You are putting your faith into somebody that you are not educated enough on what you need, that you are hiring oftentimes the wrong person, and you're putting a lot of faith into somebody to handle your financials, which is the entire basis of your business. And if you don't have a really good idea of your financials, putting that responsibility and that faith into somebody else, you are putting your business at risk. Now, are all bookkeepers terrible? Of course not. This isn't talking down about business bookkeepers. This is educating you as the business owner. So when you do decide that you need to hire, you want to hire, you are educated in a way that you are hiring appropriately. If you don't understand your own business finances, you're likely going to hire the wrong person, or you're paying for stuff that you don't need. But until you build this foundation, until you become financially literate when it comes to business finances, it is impossible to hire the correct person. They're going to speak in a language that you might not fully understand, and they're going to sound really good because they're trying to sell their services. That's not helping you. I'm here to help you so you are hiring the right person. I've literally seen this happen time and time again. Business owners are overwhelmed. They're confused. They get stuck in this cycle of codependency with their bookkeeper. You don't deserve that as a business owner. Your business really deserves better than that. You deserve better than that. I work with a lot of bookkeepers to help them get their financials in order. So I'm coming at you from an angle of really educating so you can make a really smart decision for your business. What I believe you absolutely need to have in place before hiring a bookkeeper is you need a really solid financial system for your business money. You need a really solid understanding of what is the difference between gross revenue, profit, cash flow. So many business owners don't know that. They don't really understand how money comes in and out of their business. And having a good financial system means that you have a really clear way to track your income, track your expenses, whether it's on a spreadsheet, app, or another system that works for you. The key is that it's based on your business. You don't need QuickBooks just because everybody says so. You, I have multiple businesses. I do not use QuickBooks. My CPA, he's like, you're doing everything great. There's actually nothing I would suggest that you change with your books, Sarah. I see so many business owners subscribing and paying for QuickBooks. It's probably not necessary for your business. It might not be necessary for your business. Let me put it that way. All right. Sometimes a spreadsheet really can be your best friend. It's easy, flexible, no monthly fees, right? It's about creating a system, having a clear understanding of what your books look like, what your business looks like. Okay. The second thing that I want you to be really clear on before you hire is clear on what bookkeepers actually do and what you want them to do. There's a lot of different specialties out there when it comes to bookkeeping. Are they just tracking receipts and categorizing receipts for you? Are they handling payroll? Are they reconciling accounts? Are they preparing for taxes? There's a lot of different ways a bookkeeper can support your business. Okay. If you don't know what you want, you're never going to know if you're getting it. Right? It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and it causes a shit ton of frustration for you in your business. Third thing that I see business owners not do that I want you to do before you decide to hire is have the funds already planned and saved to hire that bookkeeper. Okay? Don't hire someone and then stress out about how the heck you're going to pay them. That's absolutely a recipe for disaster. Leads you no place good, right? So I want you to plan for this expense like you plan for your rent, your utilities, your website, your all the things, right, that you might be planning for in your business. It is a part of your business budget, your business money plan. This isn't only about bookkeepers. This is for all hiring that you do, right? Don't hire and say, oh, I'm just going to make more money. So when I make more money from hiring this person, then I'll be able to pay them. Wrong answer. It will lead you no place good, I promise you. And that's not what we want here. We want to help you get to a spot that you are financially sustainable, financially healthy in your business. The fourth thing that I want you to have in place before you hire is a good understanding of what tools and what support partners you want and you need in your business. Going back to the tools like QuickBooks, spreadsheet, another app, like what do you need? What's going to benefit your business? What's going to benefit you? Who else do you need in your corner? Maybe you don't need a bookkeeper. Maybe you need a CPA. Maybe you need a financial coach. Hello, shameless plug. Maybe you need a tax strategist, right? So, what support partners do you need? Who do you need in your corner to help you run your business? Different seasons of business are going to require different support partners, right? I see a lot of times people hire bookkeepers thinking that they are helping them with taxes and everything. And most of the time, that's not actually the case. All right. That's why I'm bringing this up. I want you to build a financially healthy business. That's why we're having this conversation, right? Don't grab the first shiny tool or first shiny service that comes your way as a business owner. Get really clear on what fits your business, your style, and where you should be focusing your efforts first. I see a lot of business coaches out there, a lot of marketing people, a lot of sales people talking about, oh, you need this first. You need focus on 5K months, 10K months, 50K months. Friend, if you don't have your financials in order, no amount of money is going to make your business financially healthy. So, when's it actually time to hire a bookkeeper? There's a couple of signs, a couple of ways that you can tell if you're really ready to hire. Your business is growing, your finances maybe are getting more complex, and you're spending more time on bookkeeping than you are on your business. I find that most business owners with a good system, and this is something that I do, this isn't a plug for services, although I mean, I'd like it to be, but it's really not. When you have a good system for your finances, you really should not be spending a ton of time. 5 hours a month or less on your finances, most of the time will do it. For a lot of the business owners that I work with, right? If you're making under $300,000 a year in your business, if you're spending over 5 hours a month on your finances, that should indicate that you don't have a good financial system in place. So, signs that you're ready is if your business is more than 300,000 gross in revenue a year, you're really spending gobs and gobs of time working on your books. I could say it might be time to talk with a coach and get a good system in place. A bookkeeper may be beneficial there as well. All right. You know you're ready to hire when you have a good understanding of the basics of finances for yourself, right? When you feel that you can teach somebody else about business finances, at least give them a real good starting point, right? I'm not asking you to be expert level or master at them, but having a really good understanding of the foundations of business finance. So you have the ability to ask the right questions and keep control of the conversation. So you know what support partners you need in your business and what you're hiring for. Hiring a bookkeeper isn't a magic fix. It is a partnership, and partnerships really work best when both sides know what is happening, what the game is, when both sides know what the expectation is. I'm going to share a couple of questions that you can ask when you're hiring a bookkeeper. And this is more for you in not necessarily to go out and hire right now, but I want you to be thinking about your answers to these. I want you to be thinking about what your business needs. And when you're asking these questions of somebody, when you're hiring a bookkeeper or interviewing a bookkeeper to hire, what would your answer be? What is it that you're looking for when you're asking that bookkeeper the questions, right? A good one is, what tools do you use and why? Are they open to using other tools? Do they have financial systems that they implement with their clients? That's a great one. Okay. What exactly will you do for me? Just get a real clear understanding of what it is that they do. What experience you have with businesses like mine. That's pretty key because not all business books are the same, right? There's nuance to every business, and having a real good understanding of what the bookkeeper who they've worked with in the past will give you an indication if you believe that they are skilled to handle your business books. Some work with more product-based businesses, some work with more service-based businesses. There's all types of service and product-based businesses. So really what it comes down to is I want you to have a really good understanding of your business money. What does the cash flow look like in your business? What do you know the difference between gross revenue, profit, cash flow? If you look at a P&L statement from QuickBooks and it says, hey, look, you made $100,000 in profit last quarter, but you're looking around wondering where the heck is that $100,000, that leads me to believe that we need to implement a new system for your business. You should know exactly where that profit is. You should be able to see it. You should be able to see it. And if you can't, then you don't have a good system in place. And again, without a good system, I believe that you're not hiring appropriately. You're not hiring somebody that's actually going to benefit your business. Again, this isn't saying that all bookkeepers are terrible or that you absolutely don't need one. I just find that most business owners hire bookkeepers for the wrong reasons, and that puts their business in overwhelm. It keeps them from building a really healthy, sustainable, financially sustainable business. You don't have to be a money expert overnight, but you do need to be willing to learn and take control of your money. It is your business, it is your responsibility to understand your money. It's nobody else's responsibility. Hiring a bookkeeper is a really big step, so making sure that you are stepping into it with confidence, not out of confusion, not out of fear, not out of scarcity. The goal here is financial freedom, peace of mind, not just offloading your money headaches to somebody else. Because believe me, those money headaches amplify when you don't have a good understanding of the financials and how it runs through your business. So get your systems, get your plan in place, work on that mindset first, and then you'll be ready to bring in help that actually moves your business forward. I would love to continue this conversation in the comments. Leave me a comment. Let me know what resonated. Did it ruffle some feathers for you? What are your questions when it comes to hiring a bookkeeper or business finances? Always here to help educate. I love talking about business and money with people. So, with that, I will say until next time, bye for now, friend. Thanks for joining me on Traveling Towards Wealth. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share this show with a fellow free spirit who's ready to design a life they love. Want to dive deeper? I'd love to connect with you. Book a free call with me to chat about your money, your dreams, and your next steps. No pressure, just a real conversation. You can find the link in the show notes or on my website. And let's stay connected on socials. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook for behind the scenes RV life, money tips, and a little gypsy spirit along the way. Remember, your money, your journey, your rules. I'll see you next Tuesday for another story and some practical steps to help you travel further towards wealth, freedom, and a life you love. Until then, keep wandering, keep growing, and keep spending on what matters most.